Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trinity Baptist College, the home of the TBC Eagles. We are getting ready for the season opener of TBC Eagles softball, and the Trinity Baptist College Eagles have a brand new roster this year, many new faces on the team. They are taking on the Lions from NCCAA South Region Paine College, making their way down to Jacksonville from Augusta, Georgia. We're going to pause right here as we have our national anthem and be ready for the first pitch in just a moment. And the Eagles will take the field in just a moment. This is the second time in a row that Trinity Baptist has opened the season with the Lions from Paine College. They played twice last year, the only two games that they have played against each other so far, and Trinity Baptist won both of those games. The first meeting was a season opener on February 4th last year. Game 2 was rained out. Lana Fletcher was the winning pitcher, and she pitched a complete game. And the last time these two teams met was in the 2022 South Region Tournament when Trinity Baptist defeated Paine 10-8, and the Eagles twice had 5-run innings, and each time came back from a 3-run deficit. And again, Trinity Baptist won that game 10-8, the only two meetings between these two teams so far. Trinity Baptist in 2022 was 15-31. They had a red-hot start, a red-hot finish, struggled in the middle of the season, but they ended up the South Region runners-up and semifinalists in the NCCAA National Championship Tournament. The Eagles went 3-2 in the South Region Tournament, 1-3 in the National Tournament. Lana Fletcher is back for her senior year. Last season, she was 13-14 with a 4.70 ERA. She threw 20 complete games, 164 innings pitched, 110 earned runs. Paine in 2022 was 12-24, 0-1 in South Region competition, and 1-2 in the South Region tournament. Well, it's not Lana Fletcher getting the start here in Game 1. We expect to see her in the nightcap in a couple of hours. It is brand new TBC Eagle Piper Young, who wears number 34. She is one of many new faces on the 2023 staff, along with the brand new head coach, Mr. Ray Regulacion. He has taken over as the softball coach this season, and this is his first official college head coaching opportunity. We are underway. Center fielder Emmy Segura will lead things off, and we'll give you the rest of the Lions batting order in just a bit. Piper Young's first pitch is a fastball a little bit low for ball one. Batting second will be left fielder Catherine Sugio, and batting third, playing shortstop, is Letitia Omari. Give you the middle third of the batting order in a moment. Piper Young, 1 ball, no strikes, and a fastball misses high for ball two. The middle third of the batting order will be pitcher Destiny Lawrence, right fielder Lady Garcia, and first baseman Ariana Zachary. And the bottom third, at third base, Jakira Lemon, second base, Brianna King, and the catcher, Catherine Garcia. 2 balls, no strikes. Young delivers and catches that inside corner with a fastball for a strike. Around the infield for the Trinity Baptist College Eagles at third base, Kalia Duig. Playing shortstop is Ebony Medina. At second base, Taylor Foster. And the first baseman, Madison Hamilton. Swing and a miss. That's strike three. My mistake. I must have missed one of those first couple of pitches called a strike, but that is out number one. And Piper Young, a freshman, strikes out her first college batter that she has faced. Piper Young is from right here in Jacksonville, Florida, does a little bit of pitching and plays all over the diamond for Coach Regulacion. Here is left fielder Catherine Sugio. And Young's first pitch is a fastball that is fouled off to the right side for strike one. I'm Ray Bureau. Thanks for joining us here on the TBC Eagles Sports Network season opener. We had a very rainy, overcast morning, started to clear up mid-afternoon, and right now it's cool but absolutely gorgeous. We're 56 degrees and bright sunshine overhead. There's a bunt attempt by Sugio, and she fouls that one off and finds herself in the hole, no balls and two strikes. Kaylee Barrett is the left fielder for the Eagles. Ohana Brown is in center, and Maggie Olive in right. Behind the plate, returning player Morgan Wells, and on the mound is Piper Young. Bases are empty, one out. The 0-2 to Sugio misses up and in, and that's the first ball of the at-bat. Paine College is here tomorrow as well. They're going to head downtown and take on the NCAA Division II Tigers from Edward Waters University. And Young misses up and away, and that evens a count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bright sunshine. It's going to be a problem for the outfielders as the sun starts to set in about an hour and a half, because they're looking almost straight into it, especially on the right side of the diamond, as ball 3 misses low and inside. So we have a full count, and the pitch. Ball 4 puts Sugio aboard. She draws the walk. First one issued by Piper Young, and the Lions have a runner at first. One out for the number 3 hitter, the shortstop, Letitia Omari. And a left-hand hitter checks down to the third baseline, gets her signal. And the first pitch swung on and missed, and Morgan Wells came up ready to shoot the ball towards first base. Catherine Sugio got a very good secondary lead. No balls and a strike. Young throwing some heat in the early going, and a high pop-up on the infield. That's going to be caught, and the throw back to first is not in time. The catch made by third baseman Kalia Duig. That is the second out of the inning. That leaves Catherine Sugio at first base. 2 outs for the cleanup hitter, the pitcher, Destiny Lawrence. And Young digs in, ready to deliver the first pitch to Lawrence. That one had a lot of movement to it, but missed upstairs for ball 1. The head coach of the Paine College Lions, Mr. Jose Tatig. He is also the sports information director for Paine Athletics. Got a chance to say hello to Coach Jose. Been emailing with him back and forth all week long. Finally got a chance to meet him in person. Very nice gentleman, leading the Lions on the field, and Young misses upstairs, and 2 balls, no strikes. Destiny Lawrence will take the mound in the bottom half of the inning, but first we have ourselves a timeout as Coach Regulacion makes his way to the mound. Trinity Baptist College basketball is in Pensacola tonight. They're going to take on the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. The women will start at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and the gentlemen will follow at 8. Both teams have won 2 in a row. Last night, both teams got a win at Southeastern Baptist College in Laurel, Mississippi, and both looking to make it 3 in a row tonight at Pensacola. But Pensacola's women's team defending national champions from a year ago. Swing and a miss. Runners on the move to throw down by Wells. Was in time but could not be held on by Medina. So that will go as a stolen base for Catherine Sugio. Puts a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. And if I'm not mistaken, the count is 2 balls and a strike to Destiny Lawrence, who now has a chance to drive in the first run of the season. And the 2-1 on the way, misses high for ball 3. Young is throwing the ball hard. She has missed 3 of the 4 pitches to Lawrence. In case you joined us late, a strikeout, a walk, pop up to third, and then a stolen base. So 2 outs with the runner at second, and Young delivers. Swing and a miss. And again, Wells comes up ready to shoot the ball down to try to get the runner. Only 1 ball put in play so far. Amari popped up to the third baseman. And Piper Young takes a long look and is ready to deliver. And a ground ball towards third. That's going to be cut off, and a throw to first in time. Kylia Duig gets a putout and an assist, and Piper Young gets a strikeout to start the ball game, and we go to the bottom of the first. No score, and we'll keep it right here so we can bring you the Trinity Baptist College starting batting order here in Game 1 of 2023 and Game 1 of this afternoon and evening's doubleheader. Leading off will be the catcher, Morgan Wells. Batting second, playing second base, Taylor Foster. Batting third is the pitcher, Piper Young. The cleanup hitter is third baseman, Kylia Duig. Batting fifth in right field, Maggie Olive. Batting sixth, playing center field, Ohana Brown. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Ebony Medina. Batting eighth, playing first base, Madison Hamilton, who's also a member of the TBC volleyball team. And batting ninth in left field, Kaylee Barrett. Pitching for Paine College. Wearing number 1 will be Destiny Lawrence, whom we just saw in the batter's box a moment ago. And this is the defensive order for Paine College. In right field will be Lady Garcia, playing center, Emmy Segura, and in left field, Catherine Sugio. Around the infield at third base, Jakira Lemon will play third. Letitia Amari is the shortstop. Brianna King plays second base, and the first baseman is Ariana Zachary. Behind the plate will be Catherine Garcia, the battery mate of Destiny Lawrence. So we'll get our first look of the season at Morgan Wells, one of our returning players who came up big, especially in a game against Miami Hamilton last year. I remember calling that ball game right here on this field. Trinity Baptist, after winning game 1, found themselves behind 10-0 after the 4th inning, 10-2 in the 5th, and came back to win it. And Morgan Wells hit a 3-run triple to tie the score, and Allie Thrash hit a 2-run homer a couple of batters later to put the Eagles out in front to stay. They ended up winning that ball game 17-10, scoring 17 unanswered runs. The first pitch was a fastball that missed up and away. 1 ball, no strikes, and Lawrence delivers and misses low and inside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. First batter of the game for the Eagles. And Lawrence is ready. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And Wells takes that one a little bit inside, just off the plate, and she's in the driver's seat. 3 balls, no strikes. Game 2 is scheduled to begin at 6. Of course, that depends on how long the opener goes. And Wells is taking that one all the way. And that ball started off inside and broke over the heart of the plate. Good movement on the pitch by Lawrence. So 3 balls and a strike to the leadoff hitter, catcher Morgan Wells. And a 3-1. Low and outside, ball 4. And Wells has very good speed. She is aboard. So a runner at first and nobody out. And our first look at newcomer Taylor Foster, a freshman from Wildwood, Florida. Morgan Wells, a junior from Homestead, at first base. Nobody out. Left-hand hitter Taylor Foster, her first college at bat. And the pitch. Wells on the move. The bunt is down. That's going to be a successful sacrifice, and it's thrown down into the right field corner. That will allow Wells to take third. And the Eagles have the runners at the corners with nobody out. That will go as a sacrifice bunt for Foster. Wells advances to second and then all the way to third on the error by the pitcher. So runners at the corners, nobody out, and the pitcher Piper Young at the plate. And Lawrence delivers. Young squared around a bunt, took one up and in, and Taylor Foster hurries her way into second base with her first stolen base. Piper Young, a freshman from right here in Jacksonville, facing Destiny Lawrence, a junior who is also from Jacksonville. 1 ball, no strikes, and a pitch. Generous inside corner, and the count is even up at a ball and a strike. Contact, very likely to get a run home. 1 ball, 1 strike, and a pitch down in the dirt, and a really nice block by Garcia to keep Morgan Wells at third base. 2 runners in scoring position, Eagles threatening in their first at-bat of the new season. Baseball got underway last weekend down in Fort Lauderdale. The Eagles were supposed to play at Paine College yesterday and again today. There's a ground ball up the middle into center field, a base hit. Wells scores. Here comes Foster to throw to the plate, not in time. Eagles lead 2-0, and on the throw, Young takes second base. That will be a single, and Young advancing on the throw. She drives in both Wells and Foster, and Trinity Baptist has a 2-0 lead. Third baseman Kylie Dewig at the plate with a runner at second and nobody out. 2 runs already in, a walk, a sacrifice bunt, and a throw that got away, and a pitch. That'll be a strike called right down the middle. So 1 run earned, second run will be unearned. No balls and a strike. Dewig at the plate, pops this one up, and it looks like it will get out of play. And Dewig is in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Morgan Wells led off the game with a walk. She advanced all the way to third on the sacrifice bunt by Taylor Foster. Foster reached on the error. Foster then stole second base, and both came in on the base hit by Young. That ball driven just to the left side of the bag. This pitch swung on and missed. That is out number 1. So 2 runs in, 1 out, runner at second. Right fielder Maggie Olive at the plate for the first time for Trinity Baptist. And that ball is down in the dirt, and another nice block by the catcher, Catherine Garcia. Maggie Olive, a freshman from Stark, Florida, Bradford County High School. She pitches and also plays all over the diamond. Swing and a miss. That ball dipped out of sight. Good slow sinker. 1 ball, 1 strike. Eagles trying to cash in at an opportunity to tack on another run. 2-0, and a pitch. That one misses in the dirt. Young had gotten a little too far off second base, a throw to third, but Young is able to get back in time. Just ball 2, so 2 balls and a strike to Maggie Olive. And here's a pitch on the way, a slow right down the middle. And it looked like Olive didn't want any part of that one. She wanted something hard and straight. She takes it for strike two. And the count evened up at 2-2. And Lawrence delivers, swing and a miss. That is out number two. So after a kind of a shaky start for Destiny Lawrence, she comes back and fans two in a row. Now a chance to get out of the inning, limiting the damage to 2 runs. She'll have to take care of Ohana Brown. Freshman from Atlanta, Georgia, makes her college debut and drives this one off the glove of Lawrence. The throw will not be made, but Lawrence got her glove on that one, keeping it out of center field and keeping Piper Young from scoring. And credit shortstop Letitia Omari for hustling over to get to the ball and keep that ball on the infield. That is a base hit for Brown, advancing the runner to third. So runners are at the corners, 2 outs. Lawrence almost made a terrific catch, but she did keep the run from scoring. Ebony Medina will try to change that, driving in the run from third. So Hannah Brown at first. Let's see if she takes off after the pitch. Lawrence delivers, and the runner's not going. A high fastball taken upstairs for ball one. Looked for a moment like the Eagles were going to get a third run of the inning, but Lawrence knocked it down, and again a good hustling play by Omari, keeping the runner at third. And the 1-0 also misses high for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. Ebony Medina, a freshman from Bonaire, Georgia, plays shortstop and all 3 outfield positions. The 2-0, she squares around the bunt. The ball's in the dirt. Garcia keeps the runner at third. However, on the play, Brown takes second base. That will go as a wild pitch. And a count of 3 balls, no strikes. So now Medina can look for the pitch that she wants to hit and a chance to drive in 2. Big gap in right center field. And a 3-0. Ball 4 misses inside, and the bases are loaded. First walk allowed by Lawrence. She has allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. First baseman Madison Hamilton at the plate. Freshman from Brooksville. Chance to drive in 2, possibly 3. The first pitch, a changeup, a high arcing ball that stays upstairs a little too long. So 1 ball, no strikes. If Hamilton reaches, then the Eagles will have batted around. And the pitch, ball 2 misses high. It's cliche, but especially in this case, a walk is as good as a hit and as good as a run. The bases are loaded. There are 2 outs, a couple of strikeouts. And Lawrence looks in, ready. Here's a 2-0. That one in the dirt for ball 3. The Eagles are showing terrific patience at the plate. They haven't chased anything out of the zone so far. Big gap in left center field as well. Both corner outfielders shading the line. And strike 1 is called on the inside corner. Again, good patience. Madison Hamilton ahead 3 balls, no strikes. Not the pitch she wanted, so she let it go by. Count of 3-1. Lights are on. And it's been overcast most of the day. In the pitch. Swing and a good rip, but a foul almost straight back. And that fills up the count. So the runners at second and third should be off on the pitch. Or first and second. Of course, you're standing on third. You have to be extra careful. Payoff pitch with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Long look in by Lawrence. Now she is ready. And the 3-2. High pop up, shallow right field. That's going to be caught, and that will retire the side. Eagles, though, get 2 runs on a couple of hits. 1 run earned. They leave the bases loaded, but after an inning of play, it's Trinity Baptist 2, Paine 0. Eagles got 2 runs in the bottom of the first after a scoreless top half, so 2-0 as we start the second inning. As you see on the screen, our brand new scoreboard format for this season. We started doing that during the basketball season. And hopefully you're able to keep up with the score. We know there's a timer on there, but if we take that off, the innings disappear as well. So we'll put up with that so you can know what inning we're in. It's the top of the second, and a high pop-up on the first pitch. Hamilton giving way to Wells. Was that ball fair or foul? We will have to see. And it looks like that is going to be a fair ball, so that'll be an error on the catcher. Letty Garcia leads off with the pop-up, reaches on the miscue. So she's aboard, nobody out. And the first baseman, Ariana Zachary, at the plate. Lions got a base runner in the first and a stolen base as well. They left the runner stranded at second. Trinity Baptist got the first 2 runners aboard in the bottom half of the first. Both of them came around to score. The big blow is a 2-run single from pitcher Piper Young. And that's Young delivering and missing outside with a fastball. Ariana Zachary at the plate for the Lions. Junior from Lithonia, Georgia. And Young delivers. Check swing, and she went around a little too far to even the count at a ball and a strike. Letty Garcia at first. She's a sophomore from San Juan of the Dominican Republic. Here's a 1-1 from Young. Swing and a good tailing fastball away from the right-handed hitter. And Young, who's been throwing hard ever since the first pitch, is ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. The wind is blowing out towards right center as you see Old Glory out there in center field. And a 1-2. That one drilled but pulled well foul and out of play. And that one landed on the Trinity Christian Academy football field. Zachary got every bit of that, and fortunately for the Eagles, she was out in front and yanked it foul. That one may have had home run distance. Here's a 2-2. High pop-up, shallow left field. Giving chase and making the catch is Medina on a terrific running snap for out number 1. Ebony Medina hustling, never giving up, and also having to battle the sun as well. Shaded her eyes with her glove perfectly and made a terrific catch. Garcia got back to first. Third baseman Jakira Lemon at the plate. First pitch is low to throw down to second as the runner's going is a little bit late. And a stolen base for Garcia. Not much Wells could have done with that one. The ball kind of rolled up to her. She got up quickly and made a strong throw. But the hustle and the speed by Garcia gives her a stolen base. And a pitch called a strike on the inner half. Ball and a strike to Jakira Lemon. She's playing third base. She's a junior from Covington, Georgia. Paine College from Augusta, Georgia. I have a brother and his wife who live in Augusta. Pop up behind the plate. Wells makes the catch for out number 2. My oldest brother, Steve, a 22-year U.S. Navy veteran. He and his wife, Allison, live in Augusta. They raised 3 terrific daughters. So, hello, Steve and Allison. And here is the first pitch, swung on and missed to second baseman Brianna King. Good, hard, lively fastball. Brianna King, a sophomore from Columbia, South Carolina. No balls and a strike. Young looking to leave another runner stranded at second. That one slipped out of her fingers and hit the dirt for ball 1. So a ball and a strike to King. The number 8 hitter, Catherine Garcia, waits on deck. And the 1-1, high pop up, but that one's going to hit the top of the net. If not for the net, would have landed in the bleachers. But again, Young, as she's done most of the hitters so far, is ahead in the count. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Temperatures are about 56 degrees, and by the time we're done here tonight, we should be closer to, if not just below, 50 degrees, according to the forecast. High line drive, foul down the left side. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes to Brianna King. Young takes a long look and now delivers and misses up and in. That evens a count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Started to say a little while ago that Eagles baseball was supposed to play a doubleheader at Paine College yesterday and a single game today, but the weather caused the postponement of that entire 3-game series. This one pulled foul, and count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hopefully, the Eagles and the Lions will be able to reschedule those games for later in the season. Trinity Baptist lost all 3 of their season opening series at Fort Lauderdale last week, but they are all very well played games. The Eagles got some terrific pitching, but so did Fort Lauderdale. Line drive down the left field line, and that one is foul. Didn't miss by much, but it was clearly to the left side of the line. So King has had a couple of pretty good swings at Piper Young. See if Young might want to slow things down and paint that outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a pitch. This one low in the dirt, got away. Wells throws to third. A little wild throw, but a terrific diving stop by Dewey, keeping that runner at third. Letty Garcia now at third base. Going to go down as a wild pitch. She reached on an error and is standing at third. And the 2-2 actually pulled foul. My mistake. I was looking at the wrong batter count. That's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Catherine Garcia does the catching for the Lions, a sophomore from the Bronx up in New York. And a pitch. That is ball 4. Actually, that's Brianna King. So, erase a couple of marks I made on the wrong person and put King at first via the walk. Things are going to happen. Appreciate your patience. Now, here is Catherine Garcia. Brianna King aboard at first. Garcia at third. Letty Garcia, that is. That's Catherine Garcia fouling off the first pitch. No balls and a strike. Inning started with a dropped pop-up on the infield and a pop-up to short, pop-up foul territory to the catcher, and then a walk. A stolen base and a wild pitch also on the base paths. No balls and a strike. Runner's going, the throw goes to short, then to home. It is not in time. The Lions pull off the double steal. King takes second, Garcia scores. Give them both a stolen base. And the lead is cut down to 2-1. Both runs unearned, but they are on the board. 1 run unearned, it is on the board. Getting a little bit ahead of myself once again. And a strike called, and that's going to end the inning. But the Lions, they do get a run. It is unearned, and we go to the bottom of the second. It's Trinity Baptist leading 2-1. Bottom of the second coming up for the Eagles. Hitters 9, 1, and 2 in the lineup. Kaylee Barrett, Morgan Wells, and Taylor Foster. Trinity Baptist got 2 in the first. Paine came back with an unearned run in the top of the second. That's where we stand in case you missed anything. Number 9 hitter, Kaylee Barrett, makes her first at-bat of the season for Trinity Baptist College, and she takes a changeup that misses high for ball 1. Barrett making her collegiate debut, a freshman from Cullman, Alabama. Many of these Eagles can play pretty much any position on the field. High fly ball, well hit down the left field line. It is hooking foul. The ball hit the fence just in foul territory. Kaylee Barrett gave it a ride, gave the fans a thrill, but the ball hooked. And it did miss by plenty, but what a rip by Barrett. So all that goes down as is strike 1. There's a line drive into right field. That's a base hit. So Barrett regroups very quickly and lines one into right. So for the second consecutive inning, the Eagles have the leadoff hitter aboard. Top of the order, Morgan Wells. She walked and scored in the first, so no official at-bat, but already 1 run scored on the season. Barrett got a couple of really good swings at Lawrence. And Lawrence's first pitch to Wells, a high fastball. Barrett's on the move. The throw is into center field. Would have been a close play at second, but that's a stolen base for Kaylee Barrett. So the Eagles have a runner in scoring position with nobody out and their leadoff hitter aboard. And Wells calls for time. Wells at the plate, looking to drive in the 3rd run of the day for Trinity Baptist. Lawrence ready, and the pitch. And Wells bunts right through this one. Morgan Wells last year, you want to talk about a tough luck hitter. Seemed like almost every time up, she would hit a vicious line drive or ground ball only to have it caught. Her batting average may not have looked that great, but that didn't show the story of how well she swung the bat. She did get that 3-run double we told you about a little while ago. She plays catcher, and she can play shortstop, third base, and outfield as well. The 1-1 from Lawrence. High pop-up, headed toward the dugout. 3 giving chase. It's going to be caught by the shortstop, Brianna King, or check that, Letitia Amari. That is out number 1. So 1 out now with the runner at second. Taylor Foster, sacrifice bunt, reached on an error, stole a base, and scored a run in the first inning. That one gets away from Garcia. That allows Barrett to take third base. That'll be a wild pitch charged to Lawrence. So a runner at third. Contact for Foster. Could very easily drive in a run. Foster, a freshman from Wildwood, stands at 4'11". And the pitch. High fastball. 2 balls, no strikes. New head coach Ray Regulacion down there at third base, giving instructions to Barrett. 1 out, runner at third, and the 2-0. Misses high, and a snap throw to third hits the runner. Barrett able to get back unscathed. And now Foster's well ahead in the count. 3 balls, no strikes. Lawrence trying to get out of a jam. She was able to get the first out after the leadoff runner reached second base. And a pitch. There's a ground ball to the right side. That's going to bring home a run, and Foster hustling nearly beat the play. That's going to be a ground out, 4 unassisted. However, a run batted in for Taylor Foster as Kaylee Barrett scores and the Eagles lead 3-0. 2 outs, base is empty. The base hit by Barrett. She stole the base, advanced to third on a wild pitch, and scored on the ground ball from Taylor Foster. Good way to manufacture a run for TBC. And the first pitch to Young misses low for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Piper Young has her 2-run lead back. She's doing the pitching here in game number 1. A changeup misses inside. Bases are now empty. There are 2 outs. 1 run is in. Lawrence is ready and the pitch. And ball 3. And Young well ahead in the count. Hello to Alyssa Medina, Luis Gustavo Segura checking us out here on the live feed. Thanks for watching and letting us know. Lawrence delivers and a strike right down the middle. Young taking that one all the way, well ahead in the count. Still well ahead, 3 balls and a strike. Kylie Dewig waits on deck, cleanup hitter. And a 3-1 to Young. Ball 4. She wasn't quite sure about the call, but now she trots on down to first. Second walk issued by Lawrence. Runner at first, 2 outs. Third baseman Kylie Dewig at the plate. Nothing out of 1. She went down swinging in the first. Eagles lead 3-1, 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second. And the pitch. Fastball misses high. Garcia came up ready to fire. And everybody's set. Lawrence checks her sign and delivers. And misses outside for ball 2. Great to have baseball and softball season underway here at Trinity Baptist College. Of course, all levels of college softball and baseball will be underway very, very soon. Here's a 2-0 swing and a hard ground ball foul hit off Coach Regulacion, and good moves by the new head coach. You can read all about Coach Ray Regulacion on TBCEagles.com. Just click the coaches link found at the top. Coach Regulacion, graduate of Andrew College. 2 balls and a strike and a pitch. A good rip and fouled straight back, and Dewig just missed doing some damage with that one. Counts even at 2-2. Piper Young at first. She drew a 2-out walk. Lawrence ready, and the pitch. That one's upstairs. Looked for a moment like Young was going to try to take off towards second base. She put on the brakes because Garcia came up and got herself into terrific throwing position. Lawrence ready, and a pitch. And strike 3 called on the inside corner. And that retires a side. That is strikeout number 3 overall for Destiny Lawrence. The Eagles get a run. 1 hit, they leave 1. And after 2 innings of play, it's Trinity Baptist 3, Paine 1. We go to the top of the third, and it will be the top of the order due up for the Lions. Emi Segura, Catherine Sugio, and Letitia Omari. Paine is here tomorrow afternoon as well. They're going to take on Edward Waters College in downtown Jacksonville. They're going to continue on down south. Sunday, they have 2 with Fort Lauderdale. Doubleheader at 3 and 5 p.m. Then they're going to hurry on back home. Their first home games of the season will be on Friday, February 10th against Albany State. Here's the first pitch from Young, swung on and popped up by Segura and out of play. No balls and a strike. Segura opened the ball game going down on strikes. It will be Paine home against Columbia International on February 18th. Segura drops down the bunt. It's right on top of the line. The throw is high. Would have been a very close play. We'll see how that one gets scored. Segura hustling. High throw by Wells. So that's going to be a leadoff runner aboard. Catherine Sugio will be the batter. Segura had that one beaten, so that's going to be an infield bunt single. It is the first hit for the Lions. Young delivers, swing and a miss on a good fastball that moved into the right-handed hitter. So the bunt single puts Segura at first. High fastball, throw down to second, runner on the move. And a tag is made. A little bit of a delayed call. Umpire wanting to make sure that Ebony Medina held on to the ball. That will go as a caught stealing. And there's one out with the bases empty. Conference with the umpire to make sure of the call. Umpire hesitated, wanted to make sure that Medina did not bobble the ball. And now both umpires are going to confer near home plate. Throw was a little bit off the bag. Medina came across, made the catch, and the call will stand. So Morgan Wells cuts down the runner. So one out, bases empty. Catherine Sugio at the plate. And Young winds and delivers on a high pop-up right behind the infield. That ball is caught. Taylor Foster makes the play for out number 2. 2 outs, bases empty for the shortstop, Letitia Omori. Omori is a sophomore from Curitiba, Brazil. Takes a fastball outside for ball 1. Well, the throw was off the mark, but Wells got it down there quickly, and Medina made a terrific catch and tag. Wind is picking up, blowing straight across from left to right, and a high fly ball towards right. Looked a lot better coming off the bat. That one just kind of died out there in right field, and Maggie Olive put it away for out number 3. Leadoff bunt single, but a caught stealing, and then 2 outs to end the inning. Young faces the minimum. We go to the bottom of the third with the TBC Eagles leading 3-1. Bottom of the third coming up. Eagles lead 3-1. 5, 6, and 7 are due up in the batting order. That's Maggie Olive, Ohana Brown, and Ebony Medina. Destiny Lawrence, 2 innings so far. 3 runs, 2 of those earned. And the first pitch. No balls and a strike. Lawrence ready and delivers, and that one slipped out of her hand and into the dirt for ball 1. Olive went down swinging in the first, so nothing out of 1. TBC got 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Paine scored 1 in the top of the second. Starting to get a little bit cooler here on the west side of Jacksonville. The 1-1 misses low for ball 2. Lawrence taking a long look in, trying to clean off the ball. And now she is ready, and a pitch. And a strike called on the inside corner. And here comes a pitch from Lawrence. And strike 2 called. Count is full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Lawrence delivers a payoff pitch and a high pop foul out of play. Right on top of our box here. So Olive will get another swing in just a moment. Maggie Olive, followed by Ohana Brown and Ebony Medina. We were supposed to start at 2 p.m., but the rain this morning pushed us to 4, so pull up a chair. We're going to be here a while. Here is the pitch, and a high pop-up to the right side. That should be an easy catch, and it is. Ariana Zachary puts it away for out number 1. Olive took a good rip at it. Looked like she hit that one right off the end of the bat. So 1 out, bases empty for center fielder Ohana Brown. She singled her first time up in the first. Hit that ball right off the glove of Lawrence. That kept the third run from scoring, and a good swing, but a miss for strike 1. Brown got to second base, but no further. No balls and a strike. And pitch on the way in the dirt for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Ohana Brown wearing 00. And a pitch. Swing and an inside fastball, and she drills this one into left, but unfortunately right at the left fielder, Catherine Seguillo, who took about a step and a half over and made the catch. Brown hit that one very hard. I think that's the hardest hit fair ball we've seen so far today. So L7 in the book. 2 outs, bases empty. Shortstop Ebony Medina at the plate. Swing and a miss. Medina singled her first time up. 1 for 1, and the 0-1 on the way, low and inside. Ball and a strike. Lawrence ready and a pitch. Fastball misses high and tight. Count 2-1 in favor of Medina. Base hit by Medina. She was left stranded there at first base. The Eagles left the bases loaded after scoring 2 in that first inning. That one caught the knees right down the middle, and that evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the corner outfielder is shaded toward the line, giving Medina both gaps, and she takes a high fastball. Count now full. Bases are empty. There are 2 outs. Hop up and then a hard line drive caught in left. Payoff pitch. Strike 3 called at the knees, and that retires a side. Eagles, for the first time today, go down in order. That is strikeout number 4 for Destiny Lawrence. And after 3, it's Trinity Baptist 3, Paine 1. We go to the top of the 4th with TBC leading 3-1. It's 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Paine College Lions. Destiny Lawrence, Lady Garcia, Ariana Zachary. Piper Young still on the mound for TBC. 3 innings pitched, just the 1 unearned run. She's allowed 1 hit, but she has walked a couple of batters and a strikeout, and a high pop fly towards left field. That ball will be dropped. And a throw back into second base, and a big break for the Lions. Destiny Lawrence aboard on the error in left field. It's very sunny out there in the outfield, and all 3 outfielders will have to deal with it. And a leadoff hitter is aboard. Lady Garcia, the right fielder, reached on an error, stole a base, and scored a run in the second. And the first pitch, just a little bit upstairs. Piper Young has been throwing smoke all afternoon. Again, just the 1 unearned run through the first 3 innings. And the pitch, swing and a miss. High fastball, might have chased one up and out of the zone. Garcia went after it. And Young takes her time, checks her sign, and delivers. And misses just off the outside corner. Wells tried to frame that one and get the call, but that did not happen. So Young ready and a pitch. And this one's low and inside. It's in the dirt, actually, and Wells didn't really have much of a chance at Lawrence, who takes second base on a wild pitch. Second wild pitch of the afternoon, uncorked by Piper Young. Now runner in scoring position as the Lions try to cut the deficit in half. 3-1 Eagles. And now the umpires will have a conference near the mound. They're going to send the runner back to first. Not sure what the reasoning is. Destiny Lawrence will head back. So the runner's back at first, nobody out. And a pitch. And a strike called. That is strike 2. So now Young a chance to get Garcia at the plate. Eagles relaying the defensive calls from the dugout. Now Young is ready. And the pitch. That ball's bunted up in the air. Young makes the catch. A throw to first. It is in time. Double play. That's going to retire the side. No runs for the Lions. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 3-1 Eagles. Bottom of fourth, and the Eagles have 8, 9, and 1 due up. Madison Hamilton, Kaylee Barnett, and Morgan Wells. While I was writing down some of the plays in that top half of the fourth inning, what I missed was batter's interference called against Leedy Garcia for the second out. That's also the reason that Lawrence was sent back to first, and then it was Ariana Zachary who bunted into the double play. So now the Eagles, leading 3-1, have Madison Hamilton at the plate. Nothing out of one, a fly ball to right, her first time up. And she takes a pitch on the outside corner for the strike. Sometimes writing down the plays, that's going to happen. So we're up to date now as Hamilton leads off the fourth and takes a changeup low and in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got some fans who dropped by the box, said hello just a moment ago. Thank you for joining us here at Trinity Ball Yard. And thank you, viewers, for joining us here on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. 2 balls and a strike. That last pitch up and in. Hamilton, the number 8 hitter. Kaylee Barnett waits on deck. And then top of the order, Wells, and this one misses high, and that's ball 3, and Hamilton well ahead in the count. She ran the count full in the first inning and then flew out to right to end that 2-run first. 3 balls and a strike, and a pitch. Swing and a miss. Good change of pace. Hamilton just a little bit out in front. Count full. Leadoff batter of the fourth. Three balls, 2 strikes. High pop-up, shallow center field, should be caught, and it is. Emi Segura trots over into the gap and puts Hamilton away for out number 1. Kaylee Barnett singled and scored in the second. That was run number 3 for the Eagles. She also stole the base during that inning as well. 1 out, base is empty. Barnett digs in and takes the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Long look in by the pitcher, Destiny Lawrence. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Swung on and tipped foul, and the count is even at 1-1. Eagles women's basketball will tip off against Pensacola Christian out west in about 47 minutes. The men's game will follow. And a pitch almost got the batter. Barnett able to duck underneath for ball 2. Both Eagles teams have won their last 2 basketball games and looking to make it 3 in a row tonight in the South region. And that one is in the dirt. So Barnett's ahead, 3 balls and a strike. That men's basketball team last week played that 4 overtime game at Florida Gateway College and came away with the win, 119-150. That one laced into left field, but again, right at Seguillo, who took a couple of steps over and made the catch. So another L7 in the book. First one hit by Ohana Brown 1 inning ago. Eagles are getting some good swings at Lawrence. Here's Morgan Wells at the plate. She has walked and scored and popped up to the shortstop. And the first pitch is in the dirt. One ball, no strikes. Wells, a leadoff hitter, doing the catching here in game number 1. She's a gamer. If Coach asks her to catch both games, she'll do it without any complaint at all. Takes a fastball inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Wells also a TBC Eagle volleyball player. And here comes a 2-0, and this one misses high for ball 3. And let's see if Wells takes with the count of 3-0. And she does, and she takes one at the knees. A good pitch by Lawrence. It's not always an automatic take. If that pitcher grooves one, some hitters will put a good swing on it. 3 balls and a strike. And a high pop-up on the infield. That ball is going to be on the ground. It was not touched. Wells is going to take off for second base, and that's going to be an infield double for Morgan Wells. The ball was not touched. And that's going to be one of the most unusual 2-baggers you're going to see. And conference at the plate. Meanwhile, Wells comes over to get some encouragement and instruction from Coach Regulacion. I think the discussion is whether or not the ball stayed fair after hitting the ground. Home plate umpire is showing Coach Jose that the ball did indeed stay in fair territory. And the ball not touched. Pitcher, catcher, and third baseman all converging, and each one pulled up to allow someone else to make the play. And Wells took advantage of it. She has very good speed and good alertness, and she hustled all the way into second base. Taylor Foster at the plate. 0 for 1 officially, and a run scored. And she takes the first pitch for a strike. Foster reached on an error, what was credited with a sac bunt in the first, scored a run, drove in a run with a ground ball to the second baseman in the second. So she does have a ribby. Wells at second, and the pitch in the dirt. Ball gets away. Wells read that one perfectly. In an instant that ball hit the ground, she was on the base pass, hustling to third. Wild pitch, charge to Lawrence. That's her second of the afternoon. And here is the pitch, and that one misses well outside. If I have it right, count is 2 balls and a strike to Foster. Chance for her to drive in another run. Be a big insurance run for the Eagles. Bottom of the 4th, 3-1 TBC leads. And the pitch. Taken upstairs, a snap throw to third, a close play, but Wells in under the tag. That ball was a little bit high, or Wells might have been picked off. Pitch was called ball 3, so 3 balls and a strike to Foster. That was a terrific throw by Garcia, but just a little bit high. And a 3-1. Foster puts it on the ground, foul. That ball just hit the ground and stayed put. It fills up the count, sends Wells back to third. Three balls, two strikes. Infield in tight on Foster, and a pitch. Good swing and a foul straight back. Eagles are home again tomorrow afternoon, a 2 p.m. doubleheader against NAIA Thomas University. Then they're going to be off for a week. They'll play Kentucky Christian on February 11th. Pitch on the way. Stayed up just a little too long before dropping, so ball four puts runners at the corners with 2 outs. So Foster has been on base now twice. She's also driven in a run. The number 3 hitter is the pitcher Piper Young, who had a 2-run single in the first inning. And the first pitch to Young is a fastball high. Foster goes. The ball gets away. It pops up. And Foster came off the bag. Now the question is, I don't think Wells had touched the plate yet, so that's going to retire the side. And we're going to check with the umpire to see if that run did score. We'll be back in just a minute. Checking with our official scorekeeper, Marilyn Gordon, and the umpire. Yes, Wells did touch the plate before the tag was made, so the run scores. No stolen base credited, however. Wells advancing on the throw to second, so no stolen base. Foster had come off the bag, so she was tagged out to end the inning. That means Piper Young will lead off when the Eagles come to bat in the bottom of the 5th. Right now, it is a top of the 5th, barring any changes. It is Jakira Lemon, Brianna King, and Catherine Garcia due up for Paine. Now conference at the plate. And the home plate umpire has given the explanation that Morgan Wells had touched the plate before the tag was made at second base. The throw was deflected up into the air. That allowed Wells to score, and then Young had gotten a little too far off the base, and that's when she was tagged out. So barring any changes, it'll be Lemon, King, and Garcia due up for the Lions. So third baseman Jakira Lemon at the plate. Had a foul pop-up caught by the catcher her first time up, so nothing out of 1. Piper Young has pitched 4 innings. She has allowed just the 1 unearned run. 1 hit, she has walked 2 and struck out 1. And a first pitch to Lemon, high pop fly, got a chance to drop, and it does, and that's a base hit. Lemon didn't hit it all that hard, but popped it into the perfect position, and she's aboard with a leadoff single. That's what they call the Bermuda Triangle out there, when 3 fielders are given chase, but the ball's out of the reach and in the middle of all 3 of them. We're going to have a pinch runner for Lemon at first base. Taking over will be Kamari Blackman. She'll be running for Jakira Lemon. Well, Lemon did her job. She got the leadoff single. So the pinch runner at first is Blackman, and the first pitch is a strike. Brianna King at the plate. Walked, stole the base in the second, was left right there at second base. There's a ground ball, knocked down. Will there be a play? Out at second, throw to first, not in time, and gets away. King is going to take second base on the overthrow. Eagles do get the force out. That'll be a 6-4 putout at second. Fielder's choice credited to King, and then an error on the second baseman on the same play. So runner in scoring position for the number 9 hitter, Catherine Garcia. One out, runner at second. And Young delivers on a high fly ball, same place we saw a moment ago, but it stayed up a little longer. The catch is made, a tag, and a throw to third is not in time. Maggie Olive was able to get underneath, but Brianna King tags and takes third base. The fly ball to right is out number 2. It's not a sacrifice fly because the run did not score. It'll be Emmy Segura, the leadoff hitter at the plate. She has struck out and singled. She's also caught stealing in the third. And the pitch. Good swing and a foul straight back for strike one. Of course, in order to credit the hitter with a sacrifice fly, the runner has to score. Sacrifice flies can happen with a runner on second if the runner keeps on going in the same motion all the way around third and to the plate. The 0-1, the fastball misses upstairs. Third baseman Kylie Dewig charging in case of a bunt, leaving third base wide open. That's Brianna King standing there at third. There are 2 outs. And Young delivers, and a ground ball knocked down by Young, and she's able to make the throw to first to retire the side. That ball hit like a bullet. 1-3 on the putout. The leadoff single is left stranded at third, and we go to the bottom of the 5th with the Eagles leading 4-1. The Eagles will come to bat in the bottom of the 5th, leading 4-1. It's Piper Young, Kylie Dewig, Maggie Oliver, hitters 3, 4, and 5 in the batting order. Kamari Blackman is staying in the game and taking over at third base for Jakira Lemon. Destiny Lawrence still on the mound for the Lions, 4 innings pitched, and the first pitch to Young is on the inside corner for a strike. Young was at the plate when Wells scored, And the out was recorded on the stolen base attempt at second base. So Young leads off here in the fifth. No balls and a strike, and a high changeup misses upstairs. One ball, one strike. Lawrence gets her sign, and she delivers. And that one misses outside for ball two. In 4 innings, Lawrence has allowed 4 runs, 3 earned. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Young. 6 hits. She has walked 3 and struck out 4. That one misses upstairs, and the count is full. And Lawrence kind of stepped toward the third base side of the rubber, came across her body trying to fool the hitter, but missed, and the count is full. And a pitch. High pop-up, foul territory near the dugout, and drops foul. So Young will head back to the plate, grab her bat, and get ready to swing it one more time. TBC Eagles baseball is home this Tuesday afternoon at 3 p.m. That's a start time with a doubleheader against NAIA Thomas University. Softball plays Thomas on this field tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. That pitch is in the dirt. And the Eagles again have a leadoff hitter aboard. Piper Young is on base for the 3rd time, a base hit and a pair of walks. That base hit drove in the first 2 runs back in the first inning. Kylie Duig is at the plate. She's gone down on strikes, once swinging and once looking. Eagles basketball is also in action Tuesday night against Trinity College of Florida. There's a ground ball back to the pitcher. Lawrence does not have a play at second, but she does get the out at first, making a terrific stretch. Letitia Amari, who moved over, check that. Ariana Zachary had to stretch for it and made the play, and that keeps Young at second base. So a simple 1-3 on the putout. The women's game against Trinity College has been canceled. The men are scheduled at the moment at 8 p.m., and we'll see if that time stays or changes. A high pop-up into foul territory and out of play. This is Maggie Olive at the plate. She is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop-up to the first baseman. Eagles basketball, the men's team won 8 in a row before last Friday and Saturday. That winning streak was snapped, but again, they've won their last 2, and both of those are South Region games. Johnson University of Florida earlier this week, and Southeastern Baptist last night. That pitch missed low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Women's basketball also defeated Johnson University of Florida earlier this week. That was Tuesday night, and Southeastern Baptist last night. Both of those on the road. That high fastball gets away from Garcia, and that's going to allow Young to take third base with only 1 out. That high pitch will be the 3rd wild pitch of the night for Destiny Lawrence. Golden opportunity now for the RBI. Maggie Olive at the plate. 1 out. Olive called over for a little bit of instruction. Corner infielders in very tight. Shortstop Amari playing close. Second baseman King is back. She'll concede the run for the out. And the pitch. The bunt attempt is popped up, and a break for the Lions. So Olive pops up, and that is out number 2. And now Lawrence has a great opportunity to get out of the inning without that run scoring. A leadoff walk is now at third base, but there are two out. Ohana Brown has singled and lined hard into left. She has hit the ball very sharply both times up. And the first pitch, low in the dirt, blocked by Garcia. Brown absolutely laced one into left her last time up, but it went right at Catherine Seguillo, who made the catch. And the pitch. Line drive, base hit, a run will score. Brown will round first and put on the brakes, and the Eagles lead 5-1. First RBI of the season for Ohana Brown. And her first collegiate run batted in. So the leadoff walk comes around to score. Two outs with the runner at first. Shortstop Ebony Medina at the plate. She is 1 for 2, a single and a called third strike. And the first pitch from Lawrence. That one is in the dirt. Brown on the move, and she'll get there without a play. One ball, no strikes. Runner in scoring position now with two outs. And Medina takes ball 2 in the dirt. Brown was off on the pitch, so that is a stolen base credited to Ohana Brown. And Medina chased one in the dirt. A runner at second, 2 outs. 1 run is in. The Eagles have a 4-run lead here in the 5th. Game 2 scheduled to start at 6. Right now, it looks like that one's actually going to start a little bit later. And the pitch. That one was just barely up above the zone. When Game 1 ends, we'll stop the feed and we'll start up a brand new one right as Game 2 is ready to begin. So keep watching your screen for that live indicator. Usually about 25 minutes in between games. And that one called a strike on the inside corner. The lights have been on since we started. The wind is blowing pretty sharply out towards right field. More like a cross from left to right. There's a ground ball to short. Got a chance to beat the throw. It is high. It gets away. Brown will score, and the throw to second will not be made, and the Eagles lead 6-1. So Ebony Medina hustling, forcing Amari to rush the throw a little bit, and the throw got away. That allowed the run to score. No RBI because the run scored on the overthrow. And it brings up Madison Hamilton. And the pitch as a strike called on the inside corner. Hamilton has flied out twice, once to right, once to center. Balls and a strike. And the pitch. Runners on the move. A ground ball up the middle. A base hit. Here comes Medina. The throw to the plate is not in time. Hamilton caught between first and second, and she will get back without a throw. So Madison Hamilton drives in the run with a base hit, and the Eagles lead 7-1. Ebony Medina was credited with a base hit, having beaten the throw, and then the throw got away. That put her at second base, and then she scores on the single from Madison Hamilton. Eagles with a 7-1 lead with Kaylee Barnett due up next. Barnett has singled, stolen a base, and scored, and lined out to left. And she swings at the first pitch and misses outside. Whole lot of new TBC Eagles on the roster this season, and so far in game number 1, they are putting on a show for the home fans. Lawrence winds and delivers, and a ground ball pulled foul. At first, 2 outs. Madison Hamilton just drove in the run. And the pitch from Lawrence is in the dirt. Hamilton looked like she was about to take off. Gets back to first. And pitch to Barnett. A ground ball towards short. The throw to second is in time, and that ends the inning. But for the Eagles, 3 runs, couple of hits, and we go to the top of the 6th. It's Trinity Baptist leading 7-1. Top of the 6th coming up, and due up for the Lions. Hitters 2, 3, and 4. Catherine Seguillo, Leticia Amori, and Destiny Lawrence, barring any changes. Piper Young for the Eagles has pitched 5 innings. She has allowed just 1 unearned run, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Our official scorekeeper this afternoon, Marilyn Gordon, doing a fantastic job. And the first pitch from Young misses a little bit high. One ball, no strikes, and a high pop-up to the right side, drifting towards the line, and that ball is going to be caught by Taylor Foster. Foster able to avoid the collision with Hamilton and make the catch right up against the line. So 1 out, base is empty. Leticia Amori at the plate. She has popped up twice. And Young's first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. No balls and a strike. And a fastball up and away. So a count of 1-1. Harper Young checks her sign, now ready, and a pitch. And that one hits the batter. That's the first hit batsman of the game for either pitcher. And it puts a runner at first with 1 out. Brings up Destiny Lawrence, the Lions pitcher. She has grounded to third and reached on an error. And Young's first pitch, fastball up and in for ball 1. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 6th, the Eagles have the top of the order due up, Wells, Foster, and Young. The 1-0 and a high pop foul. That one is out of play, and the count is even at 1-1. Temperatures are really starting to cool down now. We started off in the mid 50s. Young ready, the 1-1, a fastball high, throw to first from Wells, and the runner's back in time. Well, what I'm looking at says we're still in the mid 50s, but with the sun starting to go down, we lose a little bit of that warmer feeling. And a pitch is fouled back and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Forecast says we'll be around 49 to 50 degrees by the time we're done here tonight. That should be around 8 to 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock. Eagles are back on the home field tomorrow afternoon at 2, and we plan to bring you both games here on TBC Eagles. And high fly ball, left field, should be caught. It is for out number 2. Throw back to first. Barnett trying to catch the runner, not hustling back. Amari, though, knew what she was doing, and she gets back, and there are 2 outs with the runner at first. And the first pitch. This one is high and tight to Liddy Garcia. It was Garcia who was called out on a batter's interference play. That came back in the 4th inning, and that one slipped out of Young's hands and bounced in the dirt. So 2 balls, no strikes. And a 2-0 is popped up and into the net. So 2 balls and a strike. On that same play, Destiny Lawrence had second base stolen, but she was sent back to first. And then Zachary lined one back to the pitcher, and Young turned that into a double play. That ended the inning. The 2-1, high pop-up over near the dugout, and that one is out of play. It hit the lip of the dugout. There's about a 6-inch length of the dugout that sticks out under the net, and that's where the ball hit. That's one of those you couldn't try to hit the ball there. But 2 balls, 2 strikes. Young has 2 strikeouts, but she's been terrific. And a pitch. Line drive into the gap. That could score the runner all the way from first. Ball's up against the fence. Here comes the runner, rounding third, a throw to third, not in time, back to second, and that one got away, and might have been a play the Eagles might not have had to make with the big lead. Look for a moment that Amari was going to come all the way around, but she stops at third. That is a double for Leticia Garcia, and she blistered that one. So with 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position, Ariana Zachary has a chance to do a little damage. And a pitch, line drive, hard down the left field line. And she really did try to do some damage with that one. And fortunately for the Eagles, she was too far out in front. I really thought Omari was going to try to come around and score, but trailing by 6, you don't want to take too many chances. And the pitch, 0 balls and a strike. And strike 2 on the changeup right on the outside corner. Young still has a chance to get out of the inning without a run scoring. No balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. That retires a side. That's only the 3rd strikeout, but that one came at a terrific time. Lions leave runners at second and third and do not score. Bottom of the 6th coming up. If the Eagles score 2, this one is over. They lead at 7-1. Morgan Wells leads off for the Eagles, fouls off the first pitch. Wells has scored twice. She walked in the first and came around. She doubled in the fourth. She has 2 of Trinity Baptist's 7 runs. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Destiny Lawrence still on the mound, and a high fastball misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, we'll stop the feed when this game is over and start up a new one just before game 2 is ready to begin. Usually about 20 to 25 minutes in between games. Lawrence delivers and misses up for ball 2. Two balls and a strike. Lawrence is ready, and the pitch. Ball 3 is in the dirt. Wells led off the ball game with a walk. Eventually scored the first run of the afternoon. Three balls and a strike, and the pitch. Ball 4 puts the leadoff hitter aboard. That's the second time that Wells has drawn a free pass. It is walk number 5 allowed by Lawrence, and it brings up second baseman Taylor Foster, who's had a pretty good debut. Reached on a sacrifice error in the first. She got credit for a sacrifice bunt, reached on a throwing error, drove in a run with a ground ball in the second, and walked her last time up. And the first pitch, ground ball to second. The throw will go to first. Wells advances into scoring position. The Lions get the out. 4-3 on the putout. Foster does her job and advances the runner. And it brings up Piper Young with a runner at second and 1 away. Young drove in 2 in the first inning with a base hit. She has then walked twice, and in the 5th, following that walk, she scored a run. The first of 3 in that inning. And the pitch. Wells looked like she was about to take off, but got a good lead, and will go back to second on the foul ball. No balls and a strike. So Young has done it both at the plate and in the circle. Officially 1 for 1, 2 runs driven in. Pretty nice collegiate debut for the freshman, and the bunt attempt is fouled off. Runs the count to no balls and 2 strikes. As a pitcher, she has gone 6 innings of just 1 unearned run. No balls, 2 strikes. Wells at second, and the pitch misses well upstairs. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're expecting to see Alana Fletcher doing the pitching for the Eagles in game number 2. No word yet on whom Paine will put out there on the mound, as ball 2 misses up and in. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Emi Segura very straight away in center, maybe shaded just a little to the left side of the bag from our vantage point. A lot of room in both gaps. Lawrence wanted that one, but it was called low and inside. And the count is full on Young. And the pitch on the way. Line drive down the left field line, but caught on the run by Catherine Seguillo, and that ends the inning. Eagles get the leadoff walk, but do not score. However, we go to the 7th. Eagles lead at 7-1. Top of the seventh, and the Trinity Baptist College Eagles lead 7-1 in the season opener. Hello to Leah Bennett joining us here on the live feed. Great to see you popping in there and checking out the TBC Eagles. Piper Young looking to go the distance. She needs to get 3 more outs. Her first pitch to Kamari Blackman misses inside. Blackman came in as a pinch runner in the 5th, stayed in the game, and took over at third base. The bunt attempt is foul. Wells picked it up and was ready to fire to first. Quincy Jones cheering on the Lions of Paine College. Again, thank you for letting us know you're watching here on the live feed. Piper Young, 6 innings, 1 unearned run, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. She's also hit a batter and thrown a pair of wild pitches. The Lions threatened in the 6th inning. They got runners at 2nd and 3rd after the double by Leedy Garcia. Young was then able to get the strikeout to end the inning. And a pitch. Blackman went after that one. That pitch was outside. Couldn't pull back in time. This is a first at-bat for Kamari Blackman. Again, she came in as a pinch runner. Sophomore from Griffin, Georgia. Grounds one foul down the right side. Very emphatic foul call by the first base umpire. So Blackman will head back to the batter's box. Piper Young trying to finish what she started. Needs to get just 3 more outs. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's the first of those 3. That'll bring up second baseman Brianna King. She has walked and reached on a fielder's choice, so nothing out of 1 officially. And the first pitch from Young is fouled off toward the Eagles' dugout. No balls and a strike. And Young delivers, gets a high pop-up straight back into the net. That was headed right toward us here in the box, but it hit the top of the net. So no balls, 2 strikes. And that one misses for ball 1. One out, base is empty. We're in the top of the 7th. The Eagles lead 7-1. Piper Young delivers. Check swing, and she held up in time. The pitch was outside. So Young checks her sign. She's ready, and the pitch. High pop-up again, back into the net. Busy time here at TBC Athletics as basketball coming to an end in a couple of weeks. Softball and baseball just now beginning. And we have a whole bunch of home games in all the sports coming up. Eagles basketball will complete the road trip tonight, and then they're coming home for the next 2 weeks. They're going to have 5 games all here at Trinity Gymnasium. Ground ball to second, and the throw gets past Hamilton. That's going to be an error charged, and King is aboard with 1 out. Be an error on the throw. Hamilton tried to reach behind her to make the play, but the ball hit off her glove. So King is aboard. There is one out. Catherine Garcia, the scheduled hitter. Well, the defense has been able to shake off a couple of miscues already throughout the game. And a pitch, ground ball to short. Look the runner back, throw to first in time, and a throw to third. Hamilton missed the target a little bit, but a good snare by Dewig. There are 2 outs. Leadoff hitter Emmy Segura at the plate. She is 1 for 3. Got a base hit in the 3rd inning. Chance for her to drive in a run, keep the inning alive, and a ground ball off the glove. Throw to first in time. That's the ball game. Final score, Trinity Baptist College 7, Paine 1. Piper Young, our player of the game, goes the distance. All 7 innings pitched, just 1 unearned run. She allowed 4 hits while walking 2 and striking out 3. And at the plate, she drove in the first 2 runs of the game and therefore credited with the official game-winning RBI. So Piper Young goes the distance. Destiny Lawrence, also a complete game for the Lions. We're going to stop the feed now. We'll start up a new one as the Lions and the Eagles take the field for game number 2. Look for that to start at approximately 6:20 to 6:25. You're watching TBC Eagles softball.